Okay, we're live now somewhere. So, Randy, welcome.
Yes.
We are having our series profiling the leaders. Thank you for participating in this. We instructed you a little bit what we did, and we asked you to make a psychometric profiling assessment. What do you think of it when you made it?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me. Yeah. For the test, I think it's very basic tools to to just know what is your preference in life. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's actually not a test. It's an assessment, right? So there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
good or wrong, right? It's how we and is it as the how we teach, we learn
Yeah,
that
but I
you
have
have a
a
no,
scorecard.
huh?
No, no, I'm kidding.
What
Just
you
kidding.
saying?
I'm just kidding.
No,
No,
no, no.
scorecard.
So it's more like an assessment about indeed some keywords, how you feel about that, and
Yeah,
then behind that there's a 20 years an AI, an artificial intelligence software that has 20 years experience, and based on those 24 answers you give, they can make a full personality profile in who you are and how you behave in your general in your working environment, on the severe stress, and much more than that, because the computer already made so many assessments that they can make a full profile from you. So related to that, let's go to that one. Can you tell me who are you? Meaning your name, age, education, what do you do?
yeah. So thank you. My name is Randy Tambayong. I'm 37 years old this year. And I'm an architect. I graduated from Bandung Institute of Technology, and currently I'm uh, doing my architecture practice with my design firm, Atelier Una Indonesia, and also I teach at Pradita University. Um, so I think that's all about me. Or is there anything else that you?
Okay, and then you have any? Are you married? Do you have children?
Yeah. I'm married and I have three beautiful daughters.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good to know. So if we talk about behavior, could you give a description about your personality in general? Who do you think you are? How would you describe yourself?
Uh, Regarding
Your general behavior.
about general behavior.
What kind of person are you?
Um, Maybe the one thing that usually uh, I uh, I have in my mind is that I'm a perfectionist. Probably that's the most key word for myself. Perfectionist.
Okay, and if things are not perfect, what would you do then?
Try to do it to make it perfect.
Okay. So because at home you are someone in your natural environment, right? So if you go to work, do you change your behavior?
No. I think I try to be the same, but in different contexts. At home, as a husband, a father,
Mhm.
uh, and as in the office, as the leader for my team, and also for uh, outside outside of the office in my work, regarding myself with my clients, and also in the campus with my students. I think I try to be the same person, but of course on different contexts.
Okay. So you mean actually what you're saying, my role changes, but not me.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Because I try to have the same, what do you call it, the same mindset on seeing things, but of
Mhm.
course again regarding different contexts. For instance,
The connection got a little bit bad, but because you're driving.
Things that we met at home, cleaning up the stuff, regarding how my team do their work, etc. So it's the same, but only different.
Role?
Hello,
Different
hello.
role, you mean? Yeah, you were gone a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
You were saying when you go to work, it depends on what happens on work and about your team, and actually it stays the same.
yeah. I have the same view on, even though it is my daughters, my office team, my student. I see it in a same way, but different what do you call, yeah. I think
Okay.
the different context is the right, is the perfect word to describe it.
And then a tricky question. So what happens if, imagine that you have a severe pressure, so meaning you have to do it, otherwise you get major problems, right? Comes mostly with stress. So imagine that you are under severe pressure, for example, like the future of your company is in danger because you have to finish a job that's too late. How would you handle that, and what would change in your behavior then?
uh First of all, I'm a maybe this is another keyword for myself, besides perfectionist, besides being perfectionist, is that I'm quite a structural minded person.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any problem or issues that I face in life, I try to see, first of all, what is causing the problem, what is causing the issue, and after that try to describe any related things about that matter, and after that I try to uh, looking for uh, how to solve each of the issues. So if I encounter a problem, an issue, I try to break down, to break down the issue first, and then try to analyze each of them. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Okay. I believe you. And if you're busy with something, what makes you more motivated to work harder or do better, to perform better?
Sorry,
As a, what makes you more motivated as a leader?
sorry, can you repeat? Sorry, pardon. Can you repeat?
What makes you more motivated?
Hmm?
What motivates you?
Oh, okay, okay. Uh, in life, the things that makes me more motivated is obviously failures. I mean, if I met with failure, or I experience trouble, or is if things didn't did don't work as the way I plan, or the way I wish them to work,
Yeah.
that that such thing makes me more motivated to become better in the future. And also another thing in life that makes me more motivated is rejection. uh, Rejections in each person's life, it can be anything. Like, yeah, if we like doing yeah, first of all, if we as a making a proposal, and if it's not accepted, yeah, we feel like, oh, we're rejected. I feel like I rejected, being rejected, and that's things make me evaluate myself, and of course that makes me more motivated, so I won't be experience the same thing in the future.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, actually, when you face challenges, it motivates you to do better and to achieve the opposite.
yeah, yeah. So seeing challenges, obstacles in life, not as yeah, yeah, there are obstacles, obviously, we all agree about that, but the key is not to see them as only as obstacles, but something to make ourselves better.
Hmm.
That's the most important thing. Obstacles will be always there in our life, but
Yeah,
most important thing is how we see the obstacle for as something to make us better.
yeah, true. Okay. And the opposite question, what would really demotivate you? When do you drop your work?
Uh, demotivated. Uh, Maybe some sort of uh, something that is too routine, maybe. Um,
Routine?
Routine, yeah. I'm quite a dynamic person, so looking for like a more yeah, dynamic situation in life. So I guess is things are getting more very routine. That's when I feel like the motivations is like getting lower. Um and sometimes if I already achieve certain goal, there's a slight what do you call, it's like uh maybe over excited, and that's makes me like mm, uh, uh,
Take a step back.
yeah, not a step back, but just not have the same motivation if I'm getting, like I mentioned, if I'm getting the rejection. So I don't know, is this that's why some rejection or failures, I see it as a, yeah, it's a two sides of points. It's something that motivates, but also something that is not good, and the same as achievements, uh yeah, something like achievement is something that for me psychologically, and this is something that I always try to evaluate for myself, is that don't don't ever stop wherever you are, wherever, whatever, in every level that you already are, don't ever
Hmm.
stop, because yeah, that's what I'm experienced. If I'm like already achieved something, I think like if I usually go on the fifth gear, but if I'm achieve something, usually psychologically I'm I lowered down to the third gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's something that still needs to be done for myself.
Okay. Honest answer. Very good. Hey, so what motivates you and what demotivates you, you just answered. So if we talk about your skills as a leader or as a person, what are your strengths? What are you good at?
Uh
I know you're humble, but just answer it.
Yeah, I think the strength is the most important thing is the network. My network. We can build anything from our network, and I really sees it as a very uh, key uh, s- key strength in my life. And besides that, I think my perfectionist style of doing anything, of doing something, I think that's also a key in what I'm doing.
So you're good at making friends, and therefore you have a strong network, and that's one of your strengths. And that you are a perfectionist to do the things right. That's also one of your strong points. That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And let's do the opposite again. What are your weaknesses?
My weaknesses. I think. mm, Maybe yeah, I don't know. I just felt, and also sometimes people also talk to me that I often being too nice to people. Yeah, I'm still learning to become balanced in become friendly and being uh, what do you call straightforward in anything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes my social side of mine came uh, too dominant in my way of doing something. So yeah, I think I may say maybe I'm being too nice to people.
Okay. So being nice to people, that's your weakness actually.
Being too nice to
Too
people.
nice. Okay. Can you give me an example? What can go
being
wrong if
nice,
you're too nice?
being nice is okay, but don't be too nice.
Yeah, we know both of that,
I
right?
try I try to be honest, and I think yeah, this is something, yeah, obviously in every aspect in our life we have to be proportional in everything. So being very rude to people is not good. Being too friendly is not good also. So just to make it balance.
Okay. So can you give me an example of that? When you got when you're too nice? An example, a real life experience. Give me an example? And
Maybe
don't come with an example about me, huh?
maybe I can give you one example. For instance, either in work or anything in family. Sometimes being friendly can be misunderstood by other people as I'm being too soft. Yeah, too soft. Yeah, and by that it makes them like not doing it should be, not doing the things that should be. That's one of the 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 issues that, yeah, again, I'm still learning to fix about it.
Okay. Okay. So you just mentioned, right? When you are too nice, then other people maybe think that you're too soft, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can you give me can you describe how you behave with other people? So separate from all the answers before, how do you behave with other people in general?
Yeah. First of all, I try to being adaptive to everyone that I met in life, because I believe that every person has their own style, their own characteristics, their own, yeah, whatever, anything. I This is the first thing I do. But uh, within the process, I also have my own standards. I mean, I have my own corridor. if the person who I meet goes beyond my corridor, that's the moment when I decide to, okay, I have to do certain action to the person.
Mm-hmm.
So I have flexibility, but I also have a certain corridor, certain boundaries. So yeah,
Okay, I
that's how
understand.
I try to socialize with people.
Okay, and of course you're also director of UNA. Um, so can you just tell me what is important in behavior as a leader?
Sorry, pardon me. Can you repeat?
What do you think is important in your behavior as a leader? And you're director of UNA Architecture. So what is important in your behavior?
Uh, the most important thing to have a certain goal, a specific goal. What do you want to achieve uh, for your team? What do you expect your team to become, and that you share it with your team? So hopefully all of your team have the same vision, the same spirit as yourself. Um, and then the next step is to have a specific strategy. So after you have the vision, you have the goals, then the next step you need to have the specific step by step or strategy, practical things to do to achieve that goal. And then the next step is evaluation. Obviously, again, I'm quite realistic also that not everything can be achieved ideally as we want, or yeah, as I want, or as we want. So if we encountered such thing, we need to evaluate is important, so we can progress better and become better in the future.
Okay, so those are mostly hard skills, not really soft skills or behavior. You say you have to they have to be realistic. So let me just simply ask you the question a little bit more detailed. Can you describe what kind of leadership skills, and then I mean about behavior, like being persuasive, being dominant or not, or being realistic that you just mentioned. Uh, which leadership skills are important to manage your team?
uh, as a leader,
Yes,
the
yes, as a
most
leader, as director of UNA Architecture in your team. What is important for you as a person, how to behave and how to act on your team to make them work better, accelerate, be motivated, etc.
becoming a role model, being strategic, and also always have your radar on things that happen. So if there's anything that happen not the way as you want it to be, you can quickly know about it, and you can start to making strategic solution about it. And also the other thing is uh, it's always whenever you are needed in your team, go for it. I mean, sometimes your team has certain difficulties, challenges. Either this the team is like a vehicle, right? Every person has his own role, their own role, his or her role in the system. But sometimes we met challenges either from their own or from the outside, and if needed, we have to also enter the process. So not only supervise the process from outside, from above, let's say, but also we, if required, we also need to go into the process, just also do that, the things that they or your team is doing. So again, set an example for them to so they know how it should be done.
Okay, great answer. So can you describe in short, besides that you are a perfectionist and a realistic guy, what drives you to make decisions? So what is important for you to make decisions? And don't think about the strategy, but think about you as a person. Think about your behavior. What attracts you to make decisions, good or bad, if you talk about behavior?
I try usually, yeah, again, because I'm quite a logic person. So if a certain decision has to be made, and for this kind of decision is always usually it's not an easy decision to make. I try to put like, for myself, 70% of logic and 30% of feeling. But I'm interested about the two words that you mentioned about me, that which I mentioned to you earlier, is about myself being a perfectionist and realistic. I think that those two words is kind of contradictive, right? But that's me, being perfectionist and being realistic. So yeah, I hope you guys can conclude what person I am.
I think we can. I'm just curious how you see yourself and think about yourself before we go to that step, and because it is also for the viewers a good comparing material to see how you see yourself and how experience on in behavior and how do you make it? Sorry, I said it wrong. How an AI thinks about it, that has already 20 years experience in profiling people like us, right? So that's very interesting, actually. So okay, so I have one more question about you. So I asked you now a lot about how you think about things, but imagine that Marcel, for example, right, one of your team members. How would Marcel describe you as a person?
Yeah, from I wouldn't specific on certain people, but in majority, most of the people, when from what I've heard, when they talk about me, one thing that usually comes from them is nice. I'm a nice person. That's all. For perfectionist person, is only comes from several people. Even though I'm feeling perfectionist, but perfectionist only comes from several people. But usually, the most common word that goes out from their mouth is about me becoming a nice person.
Yeah, I can confirm that. I have the same problem with you. You're always too nice, so you don't know when you're angry. Because even when you're angry, you're nice.
I'm still thinking about that. We all learning, right?
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is different between you and me, right? When you are angry, you're being nice. When I'm angry, I throw the laptop against the wall. That's the difference. So Randy, besides that, you're a realistic professional. You are a perfectionist. So I know you work in the sustainability. I know you as a very humble leader. Actually, you don't want to be a leader. You let your team lead you. That's what you mostly do. That's how I know you. But with Una Architecture, because you're one of the founders, you're one of the directors. What is your ultimate goal for the company?
Yeah. You mentioned about myself as I that I don't want to be called the leader for Yuna. Yeah, because I'm more into directing the team. Yeah, because this is more formal team. Yes, we call it a company, but obviously company is formed from a team, right? Uh, so I'm positioning myself more into directing the team, because a leader a leader in my mind is uh, some kind of bias if you're talking about the word leader. So I just positioning myself to direct the team and the Yuna, where we want to go, how we want to go and do it. Yeah.
Need to make
Maybe.
some posts.
Yeah.
I see that the director of SDA joined specially for you, so you don't get a senior analyst, you get the big boss. Mr. Max is here.
I'm very honored.
Good day, Max. And
This
you
is
have
the
something in common, both of you. You're both in the car, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the most Jakarta thing I've ever done.
In the car, yeah. Randy's on the way to the meeting, and you're just from the construction yard, as I remember. So
Yeah, I've been meeting with architects.
okay, that's good. Next time, call Randy too. Joke. So, Mr. Max, welcome to the session.
Yes.
I see that also Simon arrived, so we can quarrel who will do it. But Max,
that's good. Well,
no, I just want to. I have one question for you.
Paperwork in front of him.
I have one question for you, and then I will go to Simon.
Mhm.
SDR Indonesia, why?
Why? Well, because it needed to happen.
Okay. What is important?
Very much.
Yeah?
Psychometrics as a sector is very much underrepresented in Indonesia at the moment. So, I was seeing a gap in the market, but it was mainly from my personal experience, having used psychometrics in a direct sales setting, understanding what a difference using psychometrics can make to predict somebody's success in particular roles. It was something that I decided I needed to not only educate myself further in, but as a business, it was something at my more extended age felt that I could get interested in and continue to pursue my passions, which are somewhat psychology based.
Okay, thank you for your answer. I wish you a nice trip because I'm going to Mr. Simon. Thank you for joining in and being backup.
Yep. Okay, and I'm glad someone's got their internet working. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for joining. So, Mr. Simon, welcome. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I've had a a bit of a shocker with technical issues going on for the last hour, but I am here nevertheless. Late.
It wasn't me this time, so I'm very happy.
Just in time. Perfect. That's the right time then.
So, Simon, I had just an interview with Mr. Randy Tambayong, the director of Una Architecture. He made a personality profile assessment. So I give the show to you two guys that you can do a consult with Mr. Randy about the topics that are concerning according to you or important. I talked with Mr. Randy about what his strengths are, his weaknesses are, is of course his general behavior on work. So we reflected everything, all the general thing from the report already, and probably you have much more to say. And I think Randy is very curious. So I give the screen to you guys. I'm gonna remove myself from the image.
Good afternoon, Randy. Are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Excellent. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I am rushed but in fine spirits. It's unfortunately one of those days today where nothing quite goes right. I'm sure you know the feeling. So obviously I've just been handed your chart and your printouts, and Damie says that you've already gone through the report. Was there anything in there which you thought stood out as either being very right or being very wrong?
Yeah. Some of the questions, I see them. It's like, oh, this is very me. Oh, this is not like, this is so not me. But for and also for other question, it's like, yeah, 50-50.
Yes, the questionnaire has been engineered in a way that it appeals to really pretty much everybody. So we're able to get very specific data out of quite generalized questions. Can I ask you, COVID's been quite hard for you at work, it looks like. Have you found, how can I phrase this? Have you found yourself to be working more on your own or more independently over the last year or so?
Yeah, I think, yeah, the COVID situation is like have a two sides. One side is that people are sees that they can work in like almost everywhere right now, but the other side is that the way we socialize, the bonding is some kind of reduced, and as a team, the bonding, the way we keep our spirit the same, our visions the same, is very important. And in this case, as far as I see that, we cannot replace the presence of our our physical presence.
It's one of the first things that I look at when I'm reviewing a chart is the person's responses to the I section, or the people awareness section, and at work, your drop in I would indicate that generally at the minute you're feeling a little bit more isolated, not as socially connected as you were. Although it's not, being socially connected and being the center of the party isn't like being the life and soul of the party, isn't particularly you. It's just that right now you're feeling especially and again isolated at work, which is why I asked about how COVID's affected you. Obviously, you seem to be aware that it has had quite an impact on the way that you're working and your teams.
Yeah.
It's really important to try and maintain that cohesive company culture that's been very difficult to do over the last 18 months. So I'm glad that you're aware of that, and have you managed to take any steps to drive that forward or create any positive change?
For my team, we try to do obviously since COVID, we do more meetings online, but in recent times we're trying to do our coordination meeting, weekly meeting, to do it offline. We do it like more into like because we only gather for the meeting. After the meeting, everyone goes back home. So we try to set up like more like a breakfast meeting, not in our office but in a cafe, because we can in cafe we can select like outdoor spaces which is more suitable in the COVID times. So and And after we've done that, myself and our, that's good. I mean, the effect of the event when we first started it, I think it's good for the, like you mentioned, the cohesive of the team. Yeah, so we try to repeat that like every month or every bi-weekly.
Excellent. It is very important for a team, but it's also important for you to make sure that you're feeling connected with either peers or your staff. It can have a knock-on effect if you're not reaping the benefits, if you're standing back and not getting involved as much as you may have done. So it's just something to be aware of, that it's just as important for you as it is for your team. That can have a negative impact on your own performance. But I'm glad that's coming up. Do you? This is another one of those questions. You're the director of your company.
Yes.
Do you have a board that you answer to?
Oh yeah.
Are they quite demanding with you?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, it's not because we're not a large company, so yeah, we can discuss everything, but obviously they're expecting something from me, from my position, where they're expecting me to, like, yeah, doing my functions. As a director, of course, I have to direct the team, the company, and yeah. So even though they are not like certain formal what do you call a coordination or communication with me, but obviously, yeah, they are demanding something.
The reason and please tell me if I'm wrong here, but your chart would indicate that you're potentially not as forceful at work as you are in your personal life. So where your home life, you might be quite, okay, let's go and do this. At work, your chart indicates that you're more likely to agree with the opinion or the prevailing opinion. Even if you don't agree with it, you'll go along with it, which is why I ask if your board's quite forceful. If they're older than you and you have a lot of respect for their abilities in your field, you may just be inclined to, not always, but sometimes just go along with them, even if you think in the back of your mind, you're yeah, okay, all right, well, let's do it like that. So it might be something to bear in mind that you can be a little bit more assertive with your board if you think that there's a different option that's better than the option that they're presenting. I don't know if that's, again, having only just had your chart for the last half an hour, these are the things that are cropping up to me. And if I'm wrong on anything, please call it out. I do like your high C's. So you're very, very structured, very organized, very linear. It's I'm exactly the same. I work best when everything's laid out simply in an ABCC step system.
Yeah.
Are you able to translate that through to the rest of the company, or have you had any problem?
More or less, yes. Because my partners, directors also more or less has the same, but for myself, I try to implement that in our team, because again, because as a team, sometimes the person change, someone resigns, and new persons comes in, and if we don't have a certain logic or structural way of doing things, then this team or this company will like always change the whole time, and that's not good. We will not have a certain path. But yeah, of course, in but during the implementation, sometimes there are challenges. Sometimes there are people in our team that can accepted it quickly, but sometimes there are also people that not capable of accepting it quickly enough. So yeah, obviously we are focusing on those kind of people who cannot accepted it as fast as we want, and try to direct them to be able in line with our way of thinking.
Excellent. So one of the things that that our PPR produces is the learning styles for each individual. As you're a high C, the best way that you learn is by structured learning. You learn through books. You like to see how it's been done before. You'll read it once and then read it again, and then okay, got it, bang, straight through. But we can identify 3 other types of learning styles. So if you're having an issue with being able to identify the best way to communicate your SOPs or your structure to other members of staff who aren't necessarily a high C, one of the benefits of the PPR is we will be able to identify their best learning style so that you can tailor the information for each individual. So we can help you to create 3 different packages depending on how we identify each of your members of staff's learning styles. I'm exactly the same, where I need everything to be laid out in a grid-like pattern so that it's okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. But then I'll read it and reread it, and I'll look at the details, and I'll look at it from different angles, and I will understand the concept and why it's being done that way. And I'll look at the precedent as how it was done in the past and why it's changed. And I'll go into tremendous unnecessary amounts of detail to try to understand why I'm being told to do certain things in a certain way. And if we can create those answers for the staff who learn in that way, it generally enables the staff to pick up things a lot faster. So it's I'm glad you brought that up. It's a very important thing for being able to communicate what you want done to your staff. With your high C, one could say that you're somewhat of a perfectionist as well. It's quite difficult to get everything just the way that you want it. It goes into I'm aware that this is being recorded, so I'm choosing my words quite carefully today. One of the things that I've noticed is you have under pressure, everything comes back down together. And the most important thing for me is that you stop being so focused on rules and you become much more focused on people. So if you're under a deadline, you're more likely to stop saying, how can we get this done quickly, or how can we get this done right the first time? And you're much more likely to start saying, let's get this done together. Come on, let's push through. Let's build together as a team, and we'll get this done together when you're under pressure. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I can say that. Yeah.
That's good news. So if I was your boss, I'd keep you under pressure all the time, because you're more likely to get great results whilst not losing too much accuracy. Okay, brilliant. Have you got any questions about anything that we've talked about so far?
No,
It's perfectly fine to say no.
probably not. Sorry,
Sorry.
pardon me. Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine to say no. I don't have any questions. Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So these are some,
No question. Moment.
yeah. So you may have, this is a bit of a strange one, but you may have an odd sense of humor. You find things funny that not everybody finds funny.
I don't know about that, but I a bit have a sense of humor. Sometimes if I meet with friends, I'm I also can see funny. I mean, as yeah, I also has a certain sense of humor, so that's why I'm not always being serious all the time, especially when I uh, meet with especially friends, of course, and we talk about things, funny things, and I can also see the funny things about it, and also can like mention things, new things, or another things like that, like escalate the funny side of that story.
Excellent. Are you able to maintain that when you're under pressure? So,
No, usually when I under pressure, I'm not I rarely or perhaps never see things funny at all. I just focus on my work, and also because maybe I forgot to mention with Demi earlier, I also have a certain problem of doing doing or thinking multitaskingly because I'm kind of a very focused person. It means that when I focus on one thing, I the percentage of my brain is probably like 80 to 90% on that thing, so I don't have enough share of memory or brain to think about other things. So when I under pressure, it means that I only focus on my work and I don't see anything else.
excellent. That's so looking again at your chart, you have a reasonably I mean it's the second highest, your S, which stands for steady. Your steadiness is, it's not extreme. It's also not below the median line. So your ability to concentrate should be there. You should be relatively step by step. You're not fully single-minded in your pursuit of your goals. You are able to absorb the secondary and tertiary information. And that does drop a little bit. When you're under pressure, you seem to work a little bit faster.
Yes.
With maybe just, you'll sacrifice a little bit of accuracy for being able to get it done. And okay, all right, next one. But generally, you're very accurate, and you like to avoid confrontation by getting things right. Get it right the first time.
That's Yes, that's avoiding confrontations. I think that's one of the highlight of me. Yeah, avoiding confrontation. I always try to avoiding confrontations.
Yes, you do. I absolutely agree with you. But you do it in the best way possible, which is making sure that everything you do is perfect.
Yeah.
So you'll try as hard as you can. The last thing anyone wants to have happen is to get shouted at, or to screamed at, or to get into an argument. So you turn up prepared and ready, and you go, this is the information. Well, that's the information. It's prepared, it's done. If there's a problem or you want to change the information, that's fine. We can do that. But yeah, I'm not going to tolerate confrontation because I'm not prepared. So that's quite a big motivator in your work life. I was just going to talk about your ability to sorry, I'm just getting something else. The oh, right, what else have we got? Everything else is fairly solid for your position. You're a little bit worried about work right now. We've talked about the COVID situation.
Yeah. Yes, it's quite yeah, it's quite impacting our business. So that's why since the COVID, we are trying to think about new strategies on how we can go through this difficult situation.
Yes, it's the toll is the holiday season cannot come fast enough yet. It's a break and rest would do you wonders at the minute. I'm sure your partner's told you that already several times.
Yeah,
yes. Now, one of the things that we're able to look at is a stress level. Has Damie gone through this with you?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, so bear with me because I haven't worked out your stress level yet, and I'm going to do it physically on the charts right now. So while I'm doing this, could you tell me just a little bit about your personal life? Just the last couple of years, if there's been anything outstanding going on, good or bad, or anything that you're particularly happy with, achievements that you've managed to, goals that you've crushed, or achievements that you've been recognized for?
Okay. Sorry. Before I answer this, can I have a minute, because my cell phone is going low on battery, so I have to charge it first. I will go back ASAP.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant. Damien, are you there?
Yes, of course I'm here.
I will go back.
Of course you are. All right, my computer's back on. I might take this minute actually to see if I can get logged on properly.
Okay, no problem. So thank you everybody for still being here. And how is it going to you, according to you, Simon?
Shockingly. I would have liked more than 15 minutes to have a look at that.
Yeah, we've been interviewing Randy on always personal views about the same topics in the PPR, except the PPR. So I didn't use the PPR, just simply his view himself. And you are now actually going through the PPR on the same points. So I like it a lot. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's different. Wait, let me see if I can figure this out.
Is there anyone in the audience like Ayu or Isa who's already here? Do you have any questions? If you have, you can turn your microphone, or Mr. Matt maybe.
I just thought I'd come back in and say hi while Simon's doing some maths.
Oh,
brilliant.
You are witnessing this online, Mr. Max. Normally we do this in the office. How do you think it's going?
Yeah, it's I was listening to a lot of the conversation you were having with Randy. You know, like I said, unfortunately, I was unable to. Sorry, interrupted by Zoom. Yeah, I was unable to join because I was out building site myself. Otherwise, I would have loved the opportunity to speak to Randy. But it's very interesting, or found it very interesting. One point in particular that he mentioned that we were discussing in the office before I left earlier today, just about his behavior under pressure and how his eye inverts and how he becomes more talkative. And listening to him describe that as under pressure, he becomes more nice. That's too nice.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, thank you. Randy is back, I see.
Yeah, I already back. I'm back.
Okay. Mr. Max, I see Simon is coming up.
Okay, I'll disappear again.
Okay. So I give the screen
where were
back to
we?
you guys. Why is my phone doing this? Okay, I give it back to you guys. Simon and Randy. Randy, now ready for thing? How is it going, Randy? According to you now, this is a totally different path that we walk.
Yeah. Okay, I remember. Regarding yeah, Simon's asked me, is there any particular event or things that occurs during the maybe one of the previous 1 or 2 years. For my personal life, I think yeah, my children's are getting bigger.
I hope so.
They are my this daughter already on 4th grade elementary right now. Yeah, she's getting to study more advanced knowledge in school, and already starting asking about homeworks, math, and etc. And yeah, that's kind of making me think that, oh, it's so she's already that big, and yeah, there's a new, like, some kind of a new phase in my life. And also this year my 3rd daughter was born last May, so that's also, yeah, more into, I think, yeah, about our daughters, my daughters, but my daughters school, and yeah, my youngest daughter's birth this year. I think that's the highlight, and I see things that obviously this is some kind of yeah, responsibility for me, for my wife. We have to, like, yeah, even getting more grown up in, so let's say, grown up in everything that we plan, we do, we say, a new phase in our life. And for my work life, I think, yeah, with this reason,
Randy is dropping.
Oh no, Randy. Ding, 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 ding.
Randy, come back. Yes.
Hello.
You dropped.
Oh yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, COVID. Because if we're talking about our team, well, it means that whatever any policy that we we took in the office will affect our team's personal life also. Like for instance, like doing work from home, like yeah, anything that we put in our office, what do you call office rules, will affecting their personal life, and that's also like uh, uh, making me as the director in the company also try to think and making the best solution out of this condition. I think that
And
that is
I get the feeling that what Simon says triggered your thinking as usual. So let's finish the session with Simon, and then after that I have a few more questions for that, and then we continue. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Randy.
The there's just really one extra thing that I wanted to add today. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. So one of there's I could, given enough time today, go through this report for another 2 hours with you and then try to cover it in the proper detail that it deserves. But due to time constraints, I've just got one more thing that I'd like to offer up, and that's that the general overall shape of your chart is a convex lens, and it indicates that there's a potential for you to be currently hiding things from people, for whatever reason that may be, but that's playing on your mind. And it may just be that there are issues without yet solutions, or there are issues with solutions that you just haven't shared. It could be any number of things that you haven't gotten off your chest, but they seem to be kind of, you seem to be allowing them to start to get on top of you. And it's something that I would ask you to have a serious address and think about, and see if you could some of the things that you're holding on to, everything, not just you, but everybody around you, a little bit more at ease with you. Obviously, it's been a very stressful 18 months, and everybody is changing or has changed from where they were 2 years ago. Everybody grows. It's just important to remember that we grow the best when we're surrounded by people who we allow to be supportive. Obviously, it's again, this is one of those very sensitive subjects where I don't expect you to come back with a yes or no. I'm going, yeah, I haven't told this person that, or I haven't, yeah, I should be talking. But it's hopefully just an idea of how powerful these tools can be, in that they can uncover potentially things that you don't really know yourself until, or you don't realize yourself until you have a chat with someone and they go, hey, is this okay? Like, is there something going on with this aspect or this area? So I hope that it's been beneficial for you being able to get a reading today and talk to Damie and myself. And I would like to have coffee with you at some point in the not too distant time with you, not on screen, if you're up for that.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Simon, for the
With
brief.
that, I will hand it back over to Damie, who.
Yeah, thank you, Simon, for the brief consulting. And of course, Randy, there are more nasty things in the report that we cannot discuss online. So we do that preferably privately. So as Simon already said, if you want to have a full report, just contact us, and I will arrange a meeting or Simon, so you can do it online and really discuss it into detail. Right. So
Yeah,
Randy,
I want to talk a bit about the last issue that Simon mentioned. I'm quite a introvert person. I don't easily express what I think to other people, especially if I think that it's not necessary or it's something that it's not in a formal correlation. So yeah, my wife already knows that. She knows that if 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 she wants me to tell like housework, how's this, how's that, it means that she has to start the conversation first. She has to start the conversation and ask me, and then after that, then I can easily express what I feel, or what is concerning me, etc. But don't expect me to start the the conversation, or like probably like other people maybe like calling their friends, hey, can I meet you, I have something to discuss with you or talk about. No, I'm not that kind of person.
But it's very honest that you say that.
Yeah.
Very good. And how, you say it with your wife, right? But how is it with the rest of the team? Because they also sometimes have things to say to you that they don't agree.
It's kind of different because regarding work, it's more like so-called formal, not too personal, or again, I just try to make the system works. So if the thing that concerning my mind, I see it as something that blocking the system, then automatically I will tell them. But if I feel that the thing is only like something personal, or something personal that is not too necessary, or just like some sort of feeling, etc., then I won't tell with them, because again, I'm not I'm not that casual to express what I feel to every people.
Yeah. But that just you, right? Unless you want to change it, then you need some changing. But another question, in general, if you compare how you answer to me to certain topics, and then what time Simon, the few things he put out of the report, what's your opinion about that? If you talk about accuracy.
Sorry, pardon me?
If you talk about accuracy from the report that Simon discussed with you,
okay.
What is your opinion about that compared to your own image? Because you also answered to me certain questions already, and then Simon did some other things and a little bit contradiction on things you said. So how do you see that?
I think it's pretty accurate, because first of all, it's pretty accurate, and obviously I agree with the the how Simon analyzed the assessment.
Yeah, it's 8 pages, right? So it takes 2 hours, no, 1 hour to consult you, right? You should do it for the whole team in UNA. So Randy, I know you're also preparing to go to a meeting right now, because I think you already arrived at the moment. So I think we need to end this for you, and I want to thank you for this. By email, I will send you the personality profile report so you can read it. And then if you want, if you have more questions, the other senior analyst attaches email, so you can email back to request a private consult if you want.
Okay, thanks very much.
So thank you so much for your time. One more thing, in general, what do you think of this session? Last question.
It's good. For everyone who attended this, and also for myself, to just keep reminding me of who I am and what I am. Just this kind of session, like making me to pushing or enhancing that the positive things that I already have, and so at the same time reducing the negative things that I also have.
Okay, that's also very honest. Okay, now, Randy, thank you for your time today, and I see you soon again because you're also busy with other things. It was really cool to have you here. I shared the link with Marcel so the whole office can enjoy you.
Yep.
But let's not go
Just
on
wanted to
around
say
that.
thanks.
Simon and also Mr. Matt, thank you for being here. And I see that more people are here. So you can watch this back on YouTube. It's also soon on the SEA. I will share the link with YouTube so they can also share it. And I want to thank everybody for being here. And then I want to give the word to Mr. Max for the last time. Mr. Max, first show from the 7 to come.
I'm sorry?
Oh wait, there's some music here. My apologies. Can you hear me now?
What did you ask, Demi?
This is the first of 7 shows that are coming up with Mr. Randy, the first leader. What is your opinion about it?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been educational for me to listen to. I appreciated Randy's candor, how he came across. Not always fun being put under a microscope, so not everybody agrees to do it. So thanks for your time today, Randy. I have sent you a message personally as well. It'd be nice to catch up at some point, get to know each other. Damie does tend to know the best people, so it's always good.
You're both, in this case, even when we're online, you're both two very people that I know very well. So I hope that will happen, catch up. Randy also loves to drink a beer, so.
Perfect.
That's how we met.
Yeah, through beer.
Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. I'm going to finish the show with a short movie about SDA, Indonesia, and everybody's watching. If you want more information, you can contact me or respond on the movie. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Damie.
Okay. Thank you, Damie, Simon, Max, everyone.
Same more.
Okay. I leave the session now. Okay.
Yeah, no problem, Randy. Good luck with your meeting.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.